Hey y'all, so I'm about to start talking to y'all about something that I'm struggling with that I'm going to get past because I'm not going back. And yeah, why am I doing this? Because I feel like I get genuine love and support on here. And I like to talk about what I be going through because 9 out of 10, I'm not the only person going through this. Um, yeah, so I have been no contact with my biological mother since 2021, and my emotions have been all over the place. It happens like my emotions be all over the place, like when I be seeing like little videos and stuff like that, and I be just seeing, people with good relationships with their mothers, which is something I never had. I be swearing up and down that I'm healed from this, but I keep trying to remember that this is something that's gonna take some time because the pain and the hurt and the abuse started very young, and I dealt with it throughout my adolescence and young adulthood. And I am now realizing that this has caused some lasting type of trauma. And I want to talk through it because I'm having one of those seasons where, don't you know how, like, when you just like are trying to work through something, especially when it's someone close to you that at one point you didn't think you could do life without, but now you're forcing yourself to do that because it's more peaceful on this side. Yeah. I never thought that the person that birthed me would be one of the first to hurt me and betray me. But that's the cards I was dealt, and I'm working through it. So, um, I don't know what it's gonna be, like a little series or whatever. It's not gonna be too long. I'm gonna try to make it not too long, but I'm also gonna talk about every single pillar. I'm gonna call them pillars of pain that like had like a little trademark in my life. Like these are the situations that I think about, um, that keep me from going back. Also, because there's no accountability on her part. Um, Even though I've been proven to have told the truth, I have yet to receive apology. I have yet to receive any explanation. I have yet to get any of that. And it's okay. I don't need it anymore. But I still, when I have moments like this, I still gotta talk through it. So I'm gonna call this a little series, My Mom Doesn't Like Me. So yeah, let's start. So one of the first pillars, when I can vividly remember the abuse starting, we were living in, oh, let's get some background. So I am one of, my father has a lot of children. I'm the youngest girl on my father, out of my father's children, and I'm the youngest like child via my biological mom. I have an older sister by my mother, and of course I'm the youngest on my father's side, so I have all older siblings. So, um, yeah, like the classic scenario, which is a little sad. Father spent a lot of time in prison, but when he was around, he was around. Still was around while in prison. And my grandmother, God rest her soul, had custody of my older sister. So I was left in the care of my biological mother. I've heard stories of when my grandmother was still here, when I was still a baby, that she was attempting to get custody of me to no avail. So I was left in the care of um, the primary parent. Cool. So the first pillar that I vividly remember was us living in Temple Hills. The townhouses are still there, I think. Like right after Iverson Mall, like when you go under that little bridge, this is Iverson Mall's right there. You go underneath the little bridge, and on the left hand side or right hand side, depending on how you're coming, it's like 5 or 4 brick town homes right there, like little small townhomes. They look like small duplexes that were once connected. Like they're not like a traditional town home, though, what you think, but even though they look like separated duplexes or whatever. So we lived there, and This was the first time I vividly remember her beating me. I was around 4 or 5 years old. She was frustrated about something. I don't know what was going on, and I did something. Do I remember exactly what I did? No. But all I remember is her hitting me so hard that I fell on the floor and I just started crying. And the only reason why I think that my behavior, first of all, physical discipline, okay, I understand that sometimes, hold on, y'all. And yes, I do understand that sometimes some parents deem physical discipline as a thing, but I don't ever believe that you need to hit your child so hard that you knock them to the floor. But she knocked me to the floor. I was crying because it hurt, and she instantly started apologizing, which makes me believe now that as an adult that whatever behavior that I did exhibit in that moment, that wasn't warranted. She apologized, and then we just went on our day. I think we were going to church or something. I don't know what we were doing that day. But yeah, that was the first time. Well, I'm pretty sure I got disciplined before then, but that was the one that it was like the start. The start of me getting beat. And then sometimes getting apologies, and then sometimes not getting an apology, but then getting taken out to eat or being given clothes or being bought clothes, you know. As time went on, the apology ceased, but it just gave that it was like guilt gifts, or I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, that was the beginning of the trauma and the chaos. And not only was this the first vivid situation I remember with the abuse, physical abuse, this was also around the time that I was getting taken advantage of by my older cousins. The first person to ever SA me or M me was a female. This was my older cousin. And then the second person to ever SA and or M me was my older male cousin. I keep saying this because you know how black families, I don't know if it's anything in any other culture, but we have this cousin thing where it's just like if your mother was real good friends with somebody else for a very, very long time, all of a sudden this is your aunt, and her children or their children are your cousins. This is gonna be interesting, y'all. And I've talked, and then there's people in my family and friends that know what I've been through. And I be swearing up and down that I'm healed one second, and then other times I'm not, because y'all, this shit hurts. This shit hurts. I'm 31 years old, and this shit still hurts. My abuse started at 3 years old. I still remember it. This shit hurts. And this is going to be a process. And as much as I try to force myself to be healed, I now realize that I'm entitled to be however hurt for however long that I need to be, because nobody else is grieving this but me. Or that's what it seemed like anyway. So, yeah, this is part 1 to the series. More to come.